Good day mga kasopas, welcome back to another exciting math lesson. Today we'll be exploring the mathematical system which will focus on axiom, postulate, and theorems. So get ready to sharpen your minds and have some fun along the way. Let's learn and grow together. So in this video, we will focus on the last part of mathematical system which is axiom, postulate, and theorem. So now let's define first what is axiom. Okay, axiom postulate in the axiomatic structure of mathematical system. Axiom is defined as logical statements accepted to be true without proof. Axiom can be used as premise in deductive argument in the element Euclid presented 10 assumptions, 5 which are specific to geometry, and he called them common notation axiom, while the other 5 are specifically geometric in which he called them postulates. Okay. Here's the following example of the common notation. So here's the following example of the common notation. First is axiom 1. Axiom 1, things which are equal to the same thing are also equal to one another. This is transitive property of equality. So when we say transitive property of equality, things are also equal to one another. So as you can see in this given figure, see if A is equal to B and B is equal to C, then A is equal to C. Ganon si transitive property. Equal siya sa one another. Okay, next is axiom 2. If equal are added to equals, the whole are equal. This is addition property of equality. Okay, when we say addition property of equality, based on the given figure, first figure, if F is equal to E, and then once na nag-add ka kay F, dapat mag-a-add ka rin sa another side, which is F plus G is equal to E plus G. So, ganun po si addition property of equality. Hindi po pwede yung mag-a-add ka sa kabilang side and sa other side ay hindi. Hindi na po yon addition property of equality. Okay? Based on the second figure, if line AB is equal to 4 centimeter, so line AB is equal to line DE with the measure of 4 centimeter also. And line BC is equal to 3 centimeter. So line BC is equal to line EF. Line EF with the measure of 3 centimeter also. So then if line AB plus line BC with the measure of 4 cm and 3 cm, pag pinag-add sila, ito ay equal kay 7 cm. Kung nag-add ka sa line AB, dapat mag-a-add ka rin sa line DE, which is line DE plus line EF. So, based on the given figure, since line AB is equal to line DE and line BC is equal to line EF, and if line AB plus line BC is equal to DE plus EF, then line AC is equal to line DF. That is 4 cm plus 3 cm is equal to 7. So, based on the given figure, nag-equal sila by addition property of equality. Okay, next assumes is assume 3 if equal are subtracted from equals, the remainders are equal. This is subtraction property. So, ito, parang addition din. Once na nag-subtract ka sa left side, dapat magsusubtract ka rin sa right side. Based on the given figure, if A is equal to B and C is equal to C, then A minus C is equal to B minus C. Yung sinasabi ko na if mag-subtract ka sa right side, mag-subtract ka rin dapat sa left side, no? Okay, another axiom, axiom 4. Things which coincidence with one another are equal to one another. This is reflexive property of equality. So when we say reflexive property of equality based on the given figure, meron tayo ditong cube. So when we say reflexive, based sa figure natin, best representation for reflexive property is a cube, 3D shape of a cube. So, ano ba ang definition ng 3D square o square? All side and all angle are equal, right? So, pag pag 6 centimeter sa top and the other side is 6 centimeter na rin, no? Because square or a cube, all side and all angle are equal. Yung po si reflexive property. Okay, so next is axiom 5. Axiom 5, the whole is greater than the part. So, for just an example, uh, of whole of pizza is greater than the one slice. It is obviously, but under the axiom 5, we have here two properties of equality. First is symmetric property of equality for all real numbers P and Q. If P is equal to Q, then Q is equal to P. So, yun po si symmetric property of equality. For just an example, if 8 is equal to 11 minus 3, then 8 minus 11 is equal 3. So, pag sinabi natin symmetric, hindi siya nagbabago. Or kahit balibalik ta rin siya, kahit balibalik ta rin yung ayos niya, equal pa rin siya sa isa't isa. Walang mababago, walang madadagdag. It is symmetric properties of equalities. So next is substitution property of equality for all real numbers P and Q. If P is equal to Q, Q can be substituted for P in any expression. Based on the given figure, if angle P is congruent to angle R and Q is supplementary to P, then angle Q and angle R. It is substitution property of equality. So, next, let's talk about the geometry postulates. Okay. Postulates 1. A straight line segment can be drawn joining at least two distinct points. So, based on the given figure, so pag sinabi nating postulate 1, can be drawn joining at least 2 points in a line. So it means sa isang line dapat daw meron tayong at least 2 points sa isang line para masabi natin na ito ay postulate 1. Based on the given figure, meron tayong point A and point B with the line segment of line AB can be drawn. This is postulate 1. Okay, next is postulate 2. Postulate 2 and straight line segment can be extended indefinitely in straight line. Okay, based on the given figure, I have here a line segment CD and can be extended indefinitely in the both direction. It is postulate number 2. So, pag sinabi natin postulate number 2 can be extended indefinitely in the both direction. Okay, next is postulate number 3. Postulate 3, given any straight line segment, a circle can be drawn having the segment as radius and one endpoint as center. So based on the given figure, when we say postulate number 3, a plane it can be drawn having the segment and the one endpoint. Based on the given figure, meron tayong one endpoint which is a center. Ito ay si point C. And meron din tayong isa pang point, si point D, para maging line segment siya. So, line segment CD is the radius of a circle. It is postulate number 3. Okay, next is postulate number 4. Postulate number 4, all right angle are congruent. So, pag sinabi natin all right angle are congruent based on the given figure, so angle 1 and angle 2 are right angle. So the measure of angle 1 is equal to measure of angle 2 is equal to 90 degrees. Therefore, angle 1 and angle 2 are congruence. So yun si postulate number 4. Okay, next is postulate number 5. Postulate number 5, if 2 points lie in the same plane, then the line joining them lies in that plane. So, based on the given figure, so I have here 2 points in the plane, then the line joining the line on that plane. Therefore, line AB lies in the plane E. This is the postulate number 5. So, masasabi natin postulate number 5 siya if 2 points, then the line joining them lies that plane, no? Next is postulate number 6. If two distinct plane intersect, then their intersection is a line. So I have here a two plane na nag-intersect. So once na ang dalawang plane ay nag-intersect, meron pong mabubuong line. So that is postulate number 6. Example, based on the given figure, plane P and plane R intersect at line L. No? So the intersection of two plane is line. So based on a given figure, pag nag-intersects yung dalawang plane, may mabubuong line. That is postulate number 6. Okay, now let us proceed to the theorem. Let's define first what is theorem. Theorem are the new statements which are deduced or proved using set of axioms, system of logic, and previous theorems. These are statements accepted after proven deductively. So si theorem are statement accepted after proven deductively. So now let's talk about the theorem number 1. If two different line intersect, then they intersect at exactly one point. So ano, we have here at line A and line B, they intersect at exactly one point. So once na magkaroon ng intersecting line or intersecting point, meron din mabubuong one point. And as you can see, line intersect at point of intersection A. Based on the given figure, meron tayong dalawang line na nag-intersect at merong intersection point which is point A. So, ang tawag natin sa point kung saan nagkaroon ng intersection is point of intersection. Okay, next is theorem number 2. Okay, theorem number 2, if a line not contained in the plane intersect the plane, then the intersection contain only one point. Kung makikita nyo, si line L ay wala sa loob ni plane Z. Pero nagkaroon siya ng intersection into plane to contains only one point. So, therefore, plane Z contains point X and Y. That is theorem number 2. Okay, next is theorem number 3. If a point lies outside the line, then exactly one plane contain both the line and the point. So, this is the line and this is the point. That not contained at the line, then exactly one plane contains both the line and the point. So, as you can see, based on the given figure, it is coplanar points, right? So therefore, plane R contains line C and point Q. That is theorem number 3. So next is theorem number 4. Theorem number 4, if two distinct different lines intersect, then exactly one plane contain both lines. So kapag meron po tayong intersection line, then they are exactly one plane contains both line. In this figure, uh, the intersection of line D and line E contains in the one plane. That is theorem number 4. Okay, next, idagdag lang natin dito si triangle angle sum theorem. The sum of the measure of the angle of a triangle is 180 degrees based on the given figure. Pag si triangle angle sum theorem, angle measure with 180 degrees. So, measure of angle 1 at measure of angle 2 and angle 3 is equal to 180 degrees dapat. No? Okay, that's all for our discussion about mathematical system. Okay, now it's time to assess yourself what you have learned in this video lesson. Read carefully and answer the items that follow. So, lalagay nyo lang dito, tell whether the following statement is true or false. So, I hope you learned something about the mathematical system. Thank you and God bless.